Hello everyone, I will be working today on user interface. I was working a bit about the menu and things like that, and also working about the market and the vault that you have. Here the inventory is much nicer, but the thing is I would like to change every single item here that should be working as a button if you are trying to do, for example, this inventory and trader, but it should be like not a button, just an image for being in your inventory. And also I would like to add a few icons here to manage the hands instead of being here or using left right button, which is not so nice, I think. So I would like to have a few icons here, and probably maybe in the future I will have some like overlay or some small hint about every single item. So the first thing that I want to do today is changing this item to be a button when it's in the market. So when you can, let's say, interact with this one, just clicking and then happening something. But in that case, if you are clicking, there is nothing that should be done. So in that case, I would like to have just an image with all the information and not really a button. So you have nothing to do with this one. So for this small icon is a button by default, but I would like to have both of them. So this is button item, and then everything is working as expected. Just clicking on it and it's working. But I would like to have also just canvas with an image. So I will have I will have just same as is this one. So let's say this is copy and then paste here, and I should have exactly the same, but in that case I'm using, what is this? This is 4 and 2. Yeah, so it will be 4 here and 2 here, sorry, and 2 here to be exactly the same, but since that is not, yeah, should be things like that. And also I would like to have the minimum size of this one, which is 580. So this one should be 580. And in that case I don't need to have this one in case that is being things like that, but this spacer should be filled. Why not? Okay, so this one is 72. This is also here 72 to have exactly the same size, and in that case I don't need this, so just to be exactly the same. Okay, so I have a button here if I'm using a button, and having just a box if I'm using this one. The thing is, where the image is, there's the image for the icon. Okay, things like that, just to know which one I'm just modifying. There's the same here, that's that one, and there's also here. So this button's fine, but the thing is I was using the image for the button, so in that case I should use here. Okay, I will just add a canvas to manage both of them. So this one will have the horizontal box, should be size to content, no. Okay, let's just fix this one because it should be fixed. Okay, and then I will add here the image for background. And this one should be, I think, slot background, and this is the size. Let's do that. Okay, so this one should be size to content, and then you should see this one. If we just change between them, so we more or less the same. It's not a big problem because they are not being shown at the same time, so just to see which one is going a bit in the top. I think this one should be also here. What was this? And then maybe the canvas has this one. Since the same, no. So where the problem is? Okay. In that case, this is fine for the image, but this one should be moved to this one, even one more probably. So that's okay, they're exactly the same right now. So yeah, so we have here as a button or as an image, so it'll be exactly the same for both of them. So this canvas panel as image. And this one is as a button. So the first thing that we need to do with all this function, let's also rename some parts of them because they are not. This one is text block as image, and this is text block amount as image. That is fine. So the first thing that I want to do is just fill in them when I'm just doing this update or set slot. Is this what I need to have is to know this is the container. What is this? So I need some variable to say when it's in the menu and when is this any other case, because if you have any other case you are interacting with this entry. So the thing is having here maybe this set slot could be having just the item, and also should be, because it's coming from the inventory. So this inventory is just when updating, it's just fill slots, and we're just filling every single slot with set slot. And in that case should be using what kind of inventory is this one, in case that this is interactive or not, let's say. So this inventory should be coming from, for example, the chest. So in that case I'm just filling this update, inventory just update, and this is also update with player inventory, which is almost the same, but then just fill slot will be having also this property. So in that case, for example, for the chest should be such kind of property here, probably saying it is interactive or not. In that case it will be filling all the entries, the items later. So this one for the inventory, this is going here. So here you also have any parameter saying interactive or not, and we will talk about interactive for not being in main menu. Other case is it is interactive. So I have this one already, and then I need this fill slot that will be also having this parameter interactive, which is being passed to the set slot, and then it's also interactive here. Yeah, and then we will manage inside here about this interaction or not. And the only thing that we need to do is just moving all of them. So here should be this interactive option, just moving to be assigned to any slot entry that I'm using here. So yeah, that's the parameter. Okay, so now it's just passing in case that is interactive or not, just passing here. And then we need also, for example, here for inventory, here is interactive, that's true. An update with player inventory should be exactly this inventory also. Yeah, fine. So interactive here is fine, and then it's just passing to this interactive here. And in case of the chest, this one is also interactive, and then we are just showing on main menu, we will just check this one not interactive. So let's say everything. Okay, so coming here for what is the thing that we need to show, I will just move a bit this a bit far, and I will have something like that. So there's a branch here, and then we will start doing that. So in case that it is interactive, it should be the button being shown. So this is the one that we have, this is the button item. Okay, so button item should be set visibility to true, and the opposite one for the container, which is this canvas. There's a message here as a variable, so I have this one, and also set visibility, and in this case is hiding this one and then showing the another one. And I will just duplicate this code but in the opposite way for the case that this is not interactive, so it will be just painting the opposite one, so it's just hiding this one and making visible this one. Okay, so this should already having which one we are just showing on it, and after that I would like to then I need to fix. Okay, this is the item that I need to have assigned here, so okay, let's assign this one already. Oops. This is the kind of item that we are using for this entry. Okay, so here we have already the item being shown. In case that we are using, let's do the first one, this interactive. This is a button, so the item to be shown is just, let me, so here, and then this one should be this image icon and then description and amount. Okay, so more or less is everything like that. It's what I need to do at the moment. So this is here, and this is the item that we have. So let's get here. This is the old code, so it should be just showing exactly the same, and there is not any different of this. But for example, as I see it, for the icons exactly the same, everything, and then the item and everything's the same, just the text and all of them. So what I will do is just much easier to have, not duplicating everything of the code. I will just let's say reuse, only assigning a bit different things, like for example here the text blocks, this is a different one, and also the icon to be assigned is also another one, but the code should be the same here. This is one and this is another one. So let's say we are breaking this and taking this information from, so this is fine, but in that case we are assigning, this is the brush for the icon, but in that case we are assigning to another one. So this one is going here, and then the one is this icon as image. Okay, and follow the execution this way. So here we have the information for the item, which is fine, and then also this checking here should be like, is this brush valid or not? In case that it is, should be going in this way or that way. So yeah, maybe I will just replace this one, and this is the one not being valid. So not being valid will be here, but also will be this set brush here. Oh, sorry, I need to duplicate also this one. Not sure, probably I could just clean up a bit, just saying assigning probably which is the image icon, and then this is the, okay, I think that I will do a bit different with local variables, and then just creating the icon. Oh, that's the icon, and should be, what is this, image object reference here, so this is fine. And then what I need to do is just set here and also set here for so this one. So we'll just reuse all the code and just saying which one is being assigned for the icon, for the text and the mount text and everything like that. So I can just reuse the same code but just changing which one will be in use. So I don't need this one, or also this one. So here the icon that we are using is this one. Just doing the same logic but just reusing something. So here I will have reroute node that I will just assign later to all of them, and then I can continue with this thing like that. So this is my item, the icons, and this is by default if something went wrong. I will clean up a bit later. Right now it's just something faster. Okay, so let's just continue this way. This is here and this is here, much clear. And in case that we are using that type of the icon, could be also this way. Reroute node, and then here, and just adding here the comparison between them. And also this description is going to be strange. Okay, so this is fine. What we need is another two of them, so one of them will be description. So it's the same type of this, which is text object reference text block, but this is what's my text. I think this one. So get this one, and then we will need also the amount for this. So let's get and this amount get. So in that case the amount will be this and not this, and the description will be this one and also that one. And then we need to assign them here. This is set and this is also set. I will do that. And here for the description we are using the description for the button, which is just Devblog description with this one. Okay, so we assign this one to the button, and then this amount that we have, Devblog amount here. Okay, and just join this. And we need exactly the same, but assigning different text blocks to the path if we are just using the canvas image. So this is this one, and then another one is text blocks here. Good. I will just rename this one. I don't like. Canvas. And also this one. Yeah. So it should be here. It's fine. And then we assign this, and finally we join to do exactly the same code but using different text blocks for all of them. And what is still missing here is taking this, so probably I will use this one, and then another one, and then this one. But anyway, it would be should be here for this is the case that is fine, it's working, and that's the case if it's empty or things like that. Okay. So this one should be probably here. What about this? Yeah, that's nicer. Okay, so it should assign both of the cases depending on interactive or not. It's just assigning all the variables from the inventory that we have here. So for the chest, so let's add some vault here to have as for testing, and then we will assign some items here, like I don't know, good 3, and then maybe then stone. What's this? 5. That's all. Okay. So this is a button, but not this one. Okay, but this is an image and this is a button. So what the problem is here with just inventory is this interactive, and then it's just okay. I'm just missing this connection ping. So let's see again. Okay, both of them are just buttons because I can just interact with them, which is fine. But the thing is, I need to use now for the main menu should be not interactive. So here with the code to update here, what is my inventory? Yeah, exactly, this is not interactive, so it should be an image in that case. So let's check. Exactly, there's just an image, there are not buttons here, so there's nothing that you can interact. Well, this one it is because it's just another thing that I would like to remove. In that case, they are buttons. so you can see, and here should be also a button, but I was just missing the trader. Here's the market, and then this is the code for update, and this is also interactive here, and play inventory is interactive also. So let's check the market. Okay, there are buttons. So that's the thing, that here is not a button, and here there are buttons. It means they are interactive in that case, so we can use for interacting with them. Everything seems working, it's fine. If we try this one, it's also working. Okay. Okay, it works. Okay, so now we have already interactive or not all the buttons being in every single item slot here, and then market, chest, menus and inventory, and everything is working fine as expected. So the next thing is here for the market. I have some items that should be working when you're clicking on it. It's just passing mouse button down, it's just passing to chest or market, it's passing to right hand or left hand. So let's say when you are using the right mouse button should be cancel, but just to test I will put some mess here, cancel. Okay, this cancel means I should remove the main menu, but it needs to be notified to the parent. So let's say you are clicking right button, or what is happening if I'm just saying not manage? Probably is managed on the top of this, or should I need to notify the parent for that? Yeah, exactly, I need to notify the parent because they are just really taking care about this, even being button, no, because I have interactive. This is interactive, so okay, so it's fine. What I need to do is just notify the parent. So in case that's not, should be nothing happening here, but it is happening here. This container should be notified about. So the container should be user widget. That is this the main menu. In that case, should be on mouse button up, I think, to do exactly the same here. So could I just call this one on mouse button up? Since not, so I will notify the parent if it is I think any of them for the right button. So this one should be or cast to menu. Yes. So in any case should be, let's say this menu should cancel. So I will just add a few, something like cancel here, which is calling this close menu. Exactly. So just in function can say close, which is just calling this call this close menu, which is just binding from the user interface. So this one is just closing, and I will have the option to call here close, I think. Yes. So this is just close, which is fine. and that was the code to manage the hands that I'm not using, or I don't want to use this one anymore like I was doing. So this is here, and then for the chest should be exactly the same. So I need to have a mouse button on key down is doing exactly the same. This close menu that is already binned. So this function is close, which is calling close on key down is just call close menu, and you need to have this chest here. Okay, this is fine. And for the market we need to do exactly the same, adding here an option to close at any time, so it's being notified about call close menu. And then in that case what I need to do is this interactive, that this is just my interactive being called here. So okay, this one also call close, exactly the same here, and manage already. And then this one is close also, and that's all. This is failed. Let's go here. This failed here. It's fine. Let's check this if we can cancel being over the items. So this is cancelled being called, and I would like to know which one is being called in that case, or if I'm doing that, what is happening here? This is working, so what seems not working is from the menu, and if I do that, it's also working here. So the only one not being managed is the menu, but the menu is being called here or not. This is the one not working. That should be the first one being checked as menu. Is it being called? Probably. Just to be sure if the problem is yeah, it's not being called, so probably the problem is about I would like also to have here this cancel. So the problem is being called the maybe the inventory. So yeah, the thing is this container probably is to inventory. Probably that's the reason. So as inventory I would like also to close, but in that case more probably what I need to do is just notify the parent of this one if it is container. So this is closed, and then it will be this container get, and this is cast to menu, and this one should be closed. The only thing is just to notify the parent or not, is this doing or not. Let's see. Since I not also calling this one, so I would like to know where this cancel is going, if this is going to any other place. So here is not being called, and this one is yeah, okay. Okay, closed. In that case that this is inventory. Just forgot to call it in case of this cast. Is it not? So this is cancelled, but I would like to know what is the container in case this is just sending some container. So I would like to see if it's valid, because maybe probably it is not, or maybe it's not assigned. So this could be the reason that it's not matching. Is it valid going here? Is it not valid? Let's bring string. Not valid. Just to be sure if this is just passing the container or not. Yeah, not valid. So that's the reason that maybe the main menu is not having any container. So in case that you are doing this update, let me check another one to see how are they doing that. So this is the inventory update, and then this is the inventory update here. That's the inventory field slots, and with these field slots should be assigning here the container, and the container is the what's the container here? The self. It is self container with the inventory. Yes, so it should be inventory always, or yeah. Because I think this whole thing are exactly the same. I mean, if you use here, this one is inventory coming from widget inventory here, but if you click, for example, that one, this one is inventory coming from inventory, exactly the same. This one is also the same widget, just the inventory. So if all of them are the same, exactly the same, some of them are working but not all of them. So I would like to know what the problem is. How are they managing this? Mouse or mouse button is left mouse button, nothing. It's not about this. This is the right button, and then their close menu, this interactive, which is fine. When I close, they go here, and then scaling here is fine. Okay, so the problem could be that I don't have any binding from this UI manager, and I have here the bindings for the market and everything. This is the inventory. For example, this is a chest, and then you are just binding to close menu, and then everything is happening here is fine. But I think I don't have for the menu, which is just market thing, and with the menu, this hood, and this is the main menu, which is not mine. That's the menu here. So bin event to close menu is here. It is already. Is it being called? I don't think so. This is not valid, so no one is being called. Stop here. This is fine. So the thing is, I would like to have here being called this close, which is not being called, and the reason is that in this item slot this is not valid, the container. So when I'm using the main menu, I'm not having any container for that. So for example, for the chest and the close menu, and then this is just here, so you can just close everything, but I don't need any container in that case, because you just close the menu and it's just closing the menu and not the container. So it should be fine closing this one in case that is being called. The thing is, this item slot, they don't have container for the main menu. So menu here, this is my inventory, and I would like to see when I'm just filling this one. So in this update, I have update with player inventory, just coming here, and then that's the inventory, and there's the field slot with the inventory here, and then everything is happening here. So it seems that probably the container is about what is this self? That's the question. What is by itself? But it works for this is just passing the inventory that you have, and this inventory is going to the container to close everything like that. So it should be here. But the thing is, wait, probably, what's this? Is it being, what is my class default? Can have focus, and this class default also can have focus, of course. So there's no reason not to be something different. Okay. If I click here, this one is going to close because the container is something, but not if I'm using main menu. This is just inventory, but this is the okay, so that's the inventory, and should be, yeah, that's the code, that's inventory. Or maybe this one. Let's check that. Okay, so this one is valid. Okay, so let's say that this one is being cast to inventory directly to see if it works. Okay, so fine, that was the problem. So the inventory is here, but the container is only for, this is already, this is always as inventory. So this is inventory, this is calling this closed, this is parent, and then we will have this container here probably. Okay, so that's inventory, and then this is valid, so we should call this close by default, and that's all. So that's what I would like to check. This is for all the containers. So in that case, it's calling the parent, which is fine. In that case, would be also calling the parent. Perfect. So all of them are going to the same path for calling the parent. And if I do that here, I would like to have also this parent, and I would like to have also here, which is just part of the inventory, should be also being calling the parent. But anyway, just manage here. So this is the inventory, and then should be this is not a menu, so probably do I have get a container, or I would like to see what is the class of this one. Get class and then just print instead of just trying a lot of different things. As I will just try this, get display name. I think display name, yeah, that's the display name, and then after that just take the class for that to see what is different between between the widgets that I have. So in that case, the widget is empty, so the class is empty. Oh, nice. In that case, the class is market, which is fine. Yeah, this is market. Perfect. So here in the inventory, we can just do exactly the same checks that we were doing here, but we don't really need this one here. So we will remove this, and we will add here for the inventory being checked after that. In that case, I don't have this one. User widget is not inventory object reference, so okay, so this is fine. So in case this is just chest or this is object like that, I will just have this one. So yeah, remove this and do that. So it's just taking the class and then going here for checking about chest or checking about market. So this one, there is no class here. That case is just managing for. Okay, it works, and in that case it works also. Okay, so it's just finding which class it is, so it's fine. And the thing is, here there is no class for, which is strange. In that case means that it's not valid probably. So not having a class means it's not valid. I will just check about not valid. Come on. What? Why not? Okay, I will just do a closed So the menu is being included on this widget. So this widget should have what is the difference between them? Inventory, and This is fine. This is exactly the same. There is no any container for that. So in case that I'm using this one, find all the reference. I would like to see. On click item, so container should be assigned by, I don't need this, should be assigned by the one that is just creating this one. So probably maybe here in the market the container is being assigned to when this is starting. Exactly. So this is the container for unnecessary self here. So they have container. This is fine. Okay. So I think that's what I'm missing. Hey Silver. Well, I'm afraid that it's tonight for you because it's 1 AM for me in the middle of the day. Working with the user interface that I was just creating a new image for example the menu. I was just changing a few things, and then for the market also, and also the bolts. And the thing is, I'm just working on every single line. Every line of them is just one line, and then just adding a few of them for every inventory that I have here. So there is a list of them that are coming from the inventory to player or coming from the inventory of the market, or bolts and everything like that. I was just trying to manage the right button for this one. So the thing is, just when I'm clicking on this one, I need to notify the parent, and then the parent is just going to the top, and then in that case the market is closing, but in this case the menu is closing. So I will show you with you cannot see the keys, but for example here, if I click right button here, it's just closing this one. If I here closing this one, it's just going to the just cancel this one. But in case that I'm using this one, if I click on the right button, it's not closing because it's just having some problem with the parent assigning or container. If I'm clicking any other place, it's just managed by the widget. So I mean, all those space are managed by the widget, let's say. So it's managed well, but in that case, clicking on it, this one could be button something, so it's managed by this item and not by the main widget. So click on this item, need to notify the parent, which is an inventory widget, and then notify the parent, which is the, let's say, main menu, and in the end it's just closing this one. So the thing is, it's not working well. So this item slot is passing to this inventory the notification about closing, and then this close is not working because it's not having any parent assigned to this one. So that's what I was just trying to fix for all of this. So this is the inventory player, so in that case would be this one here, assign click the speed, not this one. Okay, this is the visibility for this one. So I think here is what I'm missing, is just assigned to this inventory player, get, and then set container, and then set self. That's what I think I'm missing. Maybe I'm wrong and then is it not working, but I will let's try at least. What about you? Starting working already? Okay, that's also I have already. Yeah, true. Okay. So this inventory is casting as menu. In case that this menu will be closing this one. So that's the last step here. Oh, it's good. I was just checking also yesterday about perfect. Okay, the only thing is here is not being managed. Probably is not managed by this inventory. I was checking yesterday the content examples because I want to manage for keybones for example working with some tools. So I don't want to have specific animation for every single tool or things like that. So I was just checking about this examples also that how they manage these keybones and then displacement related to this bone and then maybe another one with sockets and things like that, just to manage for changing the bones during the animation. So it's something like you're carrying with a tool or I don't know, package or things in something that is heavy, and then I don't want to really change all the animation. In fact, I'm using all the animations for the same anim blueprint for all of them, but I was just retargeting for different skeleton. Well, the skeleton is exactly the same. I'm using Mixamo and Fuse, but they have different size, so that's the reason I was just retargeting and all the animation are working fine. And there will be exactly the same using this key bones or something like that for all the skeletons should be working fine, because in fact you can even change the player to any of the NPCs models, let's say, because the main idea about this is using I have already one woman, and of course I will have NPCs men and woman, but I would like also that you can choose the player is just man or woman, which is not big difference, just the model, but anyway, maybe you feel better for some reason. And because when you are having the dialogues you can see your own player, so it could be fine to have man or woman and maybe changing a few sentences or just a few things about man or woman during the dialogues, but yeah, could be fine. So that's why I want to use the same animation, the same everything for all the NPCs. Well, in fact I need to do walk animation for girls and walk animation for boys, which is not a big difference, but I mean the same anim blueprint or just small changes. I have some if you are man or woman and then you are using another animation, but exactly the same for example the blending or a few parameters I have with walking, correcting the animation. Let me show you if I remember where I have this one, or probably I did, I don't know, 1 year ago or something like that, no idea. This one, well, from May, that is fine. So it's just adding a few things to my animation blueprint, and I'm reusing all those code for all the NPCs and even the player and everything, so that's why I want to use exactly the same for all of them. Okay, so the menu is already working, and the only thing that is not working is when you are clicking, for example here, outside of the items. So it means that yeah, this one is not being managed any click on it, but this one should be exactly. So this is no at the moment. Let me see here. This is something like that probably. Okay, let's do it nicer because I will just copy paste all of them. That's the interactive and that's the code. Okay, so this is for mouse button down, and I will add to need this mouse button or mouse button down. Okay, need to be managed or something. Is it working exactly the same? Okay, almost, because this close menu should be is the mouse event here, and this is the branch here. Well, the animations are not so easy, and I was spending a few time, and yeah, all those ike bones and everything, yeah, I need to take a bit more time, so I didn't modify anything yet. But I was just checking. I see that in fact in the code in this example you have a few different things like retargeting or just ike bones with animation or displacement, many other things. So you have all the examples. That is fine, but I need to take a bit more time to understand all the things and what I exactly want to do. And I see that they don't have a lot of nodes, like 3 nodes converting from F key bonds to I key bonds, and then another one with some displacement and another one. So it's not really complex, but I don't understand how it works. So it takes time, but after I see that a few nodes, and that's all. And I have found also really nice entry. Let me try to find this. This one, I think. Yeah, this one was really nice, amazing. So I will just keep it there until I can understand everything, and maybe just to reproduce also this one when I have some time to improve things. So it is close menu. How is this working? It is close as menu container. I will cast close here and manage here. So this one should work on mouse button, but I would like to have also this click. Yeah, this is also working, and then what is happening here is also working. Perfect. So this one is not working yet, but I don't know why. So at any place this is working. Okay. Still the thing is that. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking also about drag and drop, and I was just doing a few code, but I have some problems. Maybe I didn't finish this one, and I think that probably is not needed really, because I was working for many years about web design and UX and everything, and I don't want to click a lot of things, or for example doing, let's say you are here, I mean you need to do things like that for every item that you want to move, and the thing is just click and move, you know, click and that's all. You don't really need to do this something that is far or longer or things like that. And I will add a button like all of them, and that's all. Or even if you use, for example, this control button at the same time as you click, it should be moving the world, all the wood, for example here, all the stones here, not only one, but the whole amount that you have here. So this slot should be moved completely there, so making things easier, faster, and not really drag and drop. Could be fine, for example, if you want to equip the player or something like that, so you can choose between different things, and you can use a lot of buttons, for example, for what are you doing, man? For example, here to use left and right left hands, I would like to add here just small icons. So I can just click on the icons that I can use, because for example I cannot use this one, but I could use this one. So in that case I will put a few small icons here, and you can click, and this is exactly saying one click, and that's all. You don't really need to have a lot of keys or different things. So yeah, for my case I don't need this drag and drop for my case, but I never said that it's not useful at all, of course. Yeah, this is only for my case in my game, you know. And even for example, as you are doing this one, what I want also in the game is having the market symmetric. I mean, for example, you have 100 here and 50 here. You sell one stone, which is one coin, but if you buy this, is one coin. So it's that symmetric. This is not probably like you sell by one, you know, for example, and you buy by two, which is kind of I need a message for, do you want to do that, or maybe it's mistake, or you need to confirm anything that you are doing like that, you know. It's just remove everything, and you don't need to be stressful about this also. So you are selling and buy at any time for the same price, and that's all, you know. Or in case that your items maybe have some level, or you know, tier or skill or things like that, could be different price, but anyway will be all of them. So in case that for example I'm clicking too much, you know, okay, it's fine, I can take back for the same price and nothing happens. So it's not like you need to confirm or cancel or things like that. So in my case, for my user interface, one click is enough, and you don't need to confirm or doing anything. Or even for example, as I say, you are not equipping any part of your you know, head armor or legs and things like that. So just clicking is just moving to another one, clicking is moving to another one. There is no more options or more things that you can do, like for example overlay here or clicking right button. There is another menu for to do things, you know. There's nothing. So that this one should be, of course, market C is this one should be being cancelled, and why not? Okay, so this one is broken, not much, but this is a mouse button down could be calling close menu, but this is not, this is calling this menu, I think. Inventory here, when I click close, sorry, forgot about this link. But I was just also trying initially with some drag and drop, and see that for me it takes longer than just click. So yeah, I'm not using at the moment. Maybe in the future I need to do a few things, or because for example, as you can see here, I have already hands to work, but maybe in the future you can maybe use some clothes, or I don't know, helmet, I don't know, things like that, you know. And then in that case probably we'll need to have which one, where to put this one, and so on. But for example, if you can wear a helmet or cap or things like that, I will put a small icon here, and then you click, and then it's going to the slot that you really need to use, because there is no sense to click here and then go into hand or things like that. So yeah, I try to be as simple as possible, and also it's just cutting down a lot of options that you could have. But in my case, is, as you see, the single player is so simple game, and yeah, I don't want to be over complicated for something that is not really needed. You just want, for example, here you just want to put this one here, so click inside and then another way, and that's all. There are no more options like strange things or nothing. Just one click is enough, because you have only one option. Or for example, when you're walking and then talking with people, and you can open close doors and everything, you have the icon there, left click, and then you do the action, and that's all. There are no more options for just click. And for example, I don't have any key for anything, just left click, right click, and then escape. Well, all those options, they're kind of complicate things, sequence and everything. But for example, when you have the ground and you have some seed, you only have one option, that is seed. So you click left and then yes or no, and that's all. but it's exactly the same. The window you can open and close, and if it's open you only can close. If it's closed you can only open. So in the end you have only one click for one only option. You know, it's just something so simple. But the window was maybe the first thing that I was doing, something nicer, and I was working a lot with this. I was simplifying 100 times because I was just doing overcomplicated. I didn't have enough knowledge about this when I was starting. I was completely much more complex. In the end it's really easy, and just switch on and off lights that are what is the name of this one? It's not dynamic but stationary. So there is something in the middle about performance, but it's exactly the same. Switch on and off, and the only thing that I was using was having a bit of box collisions to know in which house and also in which room you are, and then just switch on and off lights according to rooms and also about the doors and things like that. So any building is much more complicated since you have a lot of rooms, doors, and of course let me show you some of them. Let's take something simple like this one, for example, but it has only this one. What is happening? Oh, so it's only one window, one door, one room. So it's just much more simple as this. So I have this box collision for the building. This is one door, and this is well, I have two windows. Yeah, okay, I have two windows, and then wall blocker for action, decals, and things like that, but not important. And then you go to this event graph. So the first thing that you are doing is defining all your lights, because door has also the lights, and then defining the rooms for every light, and then checking if player is overlapping, because you need to have a few things about lights and things like that, and then defining which doors you have and defining which rooms you have. So that's every house need to define all the doors, windows, rooms, and which doors and windows are in each room and things like that. So after that you can manage everything with living room, and then switch off all the lights, doors and windows in this room, and then if you enter in another room you have switch on all the lights and front doors and windows, and there is only one only thing. It's like on enter building, in this case is enter the wall building and then leaving the wall building. So my lights are all of them for one. But if I try something more complicated, for example this one, which has already 6 windows, 2 doors, and also you can see 3 rooms with these 3 boxes here. So in that case you have exactly the same, just even graph, but in that case you have more complicated but exactly the same. Which lies in which room, you know, those lies in this room, lights another room, and then you define this a new door, another door, and you have the rooms that you have here. So you have all the rooms, windows, doors, and everything, and then you have this on enter building and leave building. There's the big one, and for every room you have exactly the same. If just checking with the player, because it's just NPCs, you are doing nothing, just ignoring because you are not there, no lights. But in case that you are being a player, then you are adding the lights that are being activated and switch lights, and you are leaving, remove, and switch lights off per room. And you have 3 rooms, 3 exactly the same code. So after that you have defining all the rooms, windows, and everything, and then manage each room, just saying which lights are there. And if we have already more complicated things like this one, which is having 4 rooms and a few windows there, and you have 1 room here with 2 windows, and this one has 2 windows here and another, and those one have also there. In the end you have exactly the same, 4 rooms, a few windows and doors per room, and another one big one about the whole house. If you go to the code you have exactly the same, which seems a lot but it's really easy. So lights for room 1, lights for room 2, 3 and 4, and then you are checking about the lights and door, just to be, if you are starting inside, you have different lights. So this is just checkings, adding the door that we have, and the rooms that we have. Okay, and then we have big one for enter building, leave building, and then we have also this one for the second level, and we have exactly the same code as any other one, with room 1 if you are not the player, then adding the lights and switching the lights, or switch off the lights here, and exactly the same. I could just add a code saying I don't know, entering room and then switch on off, or living room, or things like that, but just simple, you know. I could just really refactor this one to avoid a lot of nodes, things like that. Well, I will do that since easier and just connecting with this one, but the thing is you need to have this actor. Well, anyway, as you can see, it's a lot of nodes but means nothing. I mean, it's not complicated, just defining which one in which place, and after that you have this building blueprint, which is the base for all of them. Well, you have of course nothing here, and all the rooms and everything. The event graph is nothing, and also the construction script is empty, so there's nothing here really, but you have a lot of functions here, like managing enter building, living building. For example, this one is enter building is managing binary cycle, all the rooms that you are living, entering, and different lights, switching on and off lights, and then managing a few things every time that you are entering, or for example every time that you are leaving, which is also there here. And for example, this enter living building, you have different lights about the sun, and also you are managing the sound, because you have different sounds inside and outside. So for example, you are going inside of the house, you cannot listen the birds, it's just lower volume, and also about the reverb and a few things like that. So entering house, managing the audio, managing the light, managing all the rooms, windows, doors, and things like that. And of course you have 100 of them, 100 of functions to manage more things, but in the end it's just most of them are just really stupid. For example, this one is switching the lights, it's just taking what are windows, what are doors, and also fires and things, so you are switching on and off, things like that. Enable windows, it's just something simple really, saved or checking player overlapping. So I mean, there are a lot of functions, but they are not really so complicated. As you can see, it's just a few nodes, so not much really about this. So all the houses in that case, they are not only houses but buildings, because you have also buildings like the granary, for example, which is exactly the same as another building. So you have already same, like a room, door, windows, and all the decals and things like that. It's fine. So you just define which lights, which rooms, which doors, and enter building, living building. That's all. Hey, hello, Sunday Game Dev. I didn't see you for a couple of days, maybe. Okay, so this one is working. How's it going with AI? I have mine already working. I will show you what I was doing with just defining a few parameters, and the thing is that now, as you can see, they go across all the doors. I was also of course configuring the doors to not messing here, and for example this one and all those doors are working, and finally I was just managing to have all of them with wait, not this one, with a boxed here, so they're being opening and closing automatically when players are passing. I would like to know why is this hole. Okay, it's fine. And I have some problem with this one, that every time I'm losing, probably it's a bug or something, because I'm always need to switch off and on again for hierarchical objects. So now it will be fine. Okay, and this one for example is also, so I need to just go here and configure. I have this block all already, so just to be sure that this is block all, but anyway I need to do that with just to do that, which is stupid. Okay, say compile, and now you have them working, but then this one is broken, can you see? So it's just something not well going with I don't know what the problem is with this one. If I build in the path and say yes, I don't need this one. So the thing, yeah, can you see that is not taking care about this. Anyway, I could use, as you say, this nav mesh blockers, something like that. I don't remember. Nav modifier volume, but should be working by default for all my instance meshes, but it is not. And also I was removing, for example, here from the top. I was just talking about this, the size, for example, region area. If I'm using this 0 by default value, you have here on the top, for example, here, and you have a few things probably here also about some places that are not really needs to be there, but was there. So just changing this value to something bigger, like okay, this is the minimum 500 maybe. So it's just removing all of them because I don't need all of them. So removing here the top, here also, and a few boxes, for example here remove already, so I don't need this one or any of them. This one's fine, but yeah, I was just removing all of them. I have some strange things like that, but it's fine. It's about the slope, but anyway, using a smaller something like that, this is fine. But then I think I'm losing with I was just checking here, this is fine, so this house is fine, it's going there, but I think this one have like small one in front and then it's not crossing, or, and I was also, as I told you, I have even this something strange, but anyway, they are going upstairs already, could be. And also here this one is not working for some reason, it's not having, maybe it's about the proxies too much, or the steps, minimum steps should be a bit higher or things like that, maybe 20 here, I don't know. I was just playing with the numbers, not anything complicated, since not okay. Anyway, but I was just removing a lot of things that I don't really need, and there are a few things like that for no reason. They're so small and still here, I don't know, maybe because the minimum step height is here, like things like that, in case that is too much, should be, I don't know, well, a few numbers. Anyway, it's working fine, and even defining the NPCs that are walking all around, going to some places, houses and everything, and they are not just stuck after a few meters with a door or things like that. For example, this guy is coming here. Yeah, exactly. So that was the idea, that they are not connected at all. So it's not possible to be there in case that you are not spawning there, and they're just missing. So there's no reason to have all of those small patches. So I was just trying to remove them for just any calculation or things like that, or even just storing this information. And was working, for example, with all those roofs. That is stupid to have roof there for walking, so it's not the way. So I was just removing. As you can see, even for my computer, it takes nothing, just as a second to calculate this one, which is nothing. So yeah, that's all. Can you see? It's really going really fast. So and I was using this cell size is 5. I mean, it's really small, but works fine. And because my box is, you know, not much, this is top. I was just doing the world map, not the world map, because they are not walking on the forest, so it's fine. But in this house and everything like that, I don't know how big it is, but what's the scale? Well, you have here 10 meters, so it means 5, 6, 7, 150 meters, something like that, and here is maybe less. so it's 100 meters for the square. So it works fine and fast. So this one is also solved, so the plans are much easier. And I was telling you that I need to remove all of them, so I need to put those blocks on the river. Otherwise, of course, that is exactly the same, that using this slope here, they're removing the connection, so there's no way to walk here. But for example, there are some places where they could, let's say, take this way. As you can see, they could take this way and then go through the river, for example. And I need to remove this one, so this is just removing and there is no way to go there. And also this one here, for example. And this is an island, I think. Yeah, this is an island. But yeah, that's in case it's so hot, you know, they could go there, just walk around. Yeah, but just adding a few blocks, for example, for the places where they are just connecting, or just to avoid connecting, could be fine. I will do that. But yeah, just in case that they are going stupid way to through the river, which makes no sense. But more or less everything working. The only problem that I have right now is with those all those instances that are working fine or just being lost all the time. But at the moment it's fine, and I will maybe probably add a few boxes or something. I was reading about this, maybe in the next version that they were just fixing this one, so it could be probably a bug for this version that being solved in the next one. So yeah, well, in that case, for example, I have one that is coming from this way, open this one, coming here, open this one, and then going through this one. This is slower, smaller path to them. So this works now, but for example, because this is one type of blueprint, but this is another type of blueprint, so this is not working. If I fix this one, then the other one is broken, you know. Probably it's the only one that I'm checking. I have only two, so it means like swapping between them, but probably it's just only the one that I'm just modifying and not the rest, even because the thing is I'm spawning all of them, of course, on the construction script. I could think like, okay, it is begin play, it's not being done there, so it's hard to simulate there and then calculate everything. But I was adding on construction script, so there is no reason to be not calculating this one also. And I was just checking, of course, with this block all to be sure, you know, and also with this affect navigation, which is fine. But anyway, it's being lost every time that I open the map, and then if I'm fixing this one is broken. If I fix this one is broken. So there is no way to have both of them working at the moment. Maybe it's just a bug, so I didn't spend too much time, and I will add a few boxes like that, and that's all. I could even use this one. Well, as you can see, where is green is available, but where it's not is blocking. So for example, this one is blocking, but this one is not blocking. Should be, because I have a proxy here also, but the problem is if you are checking the proxies, for example, you can see that here is nothing, because they are instance hierarchical instance meshes, so they are creating procedural, so they are not, let's say, they are not here all the time, and that's probably a problem with all the meshes. But for example, I have the same with the rocks here, big one. They are foliage, and they are also procedural or instance, but they works, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. That for example here, of course, this rock has collision. This one is a big one. Also the trees has collision. Yeah, and this one has also the collision, because you can see this is the fence, and you go there for the mess. I mean, should have here. This is just That's collision, you know, and the collision is block all by default. I think where's the collision here? Navigation, thumbnail, collision here, by default block all for this one. Okay, so if I come here, I check this one, and I have also block all and then affect navigation, and then here for example I have also this collision preset. This is fine because it's nothing about this, but I have here this one with block all and then overlap events, and then I have navigation, and then I could maybe fix this one, but it's not the problem is not being over that. Let's say this one could fix this, and I would like to have also this one there. Well, as you can see, this one is already not, but anyway it's not working. So if I have this one, and let's say again recalculate for this one, for example the rocks are working fine, so this will is calculated properly, but not this one. So let's calculate paths again. Nothing. So this one is not working, but the only thing that I need to do is check, uncheck, and then recalculating, and this is working. Can you see? Let me see. What about the instant? Well, I don't have, because it's just a box. I will just show you with this one. You mean should not working over that? So that's the thing that can cancel step on no, and this one is also no here. So this is no. I'm not sure if I have here there also this option for just for the mesh. I don't think so, but I understand what you say, that maybe probably this one inside could be removing because it's so close to this one. So I would like to check if maybe the problem is that, you know. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if I can change this one, but I will just add here a new one with these squares. Let me say everything because it's hard to be. Well, I think all of them have the collision, but the problem probably is that you can walk in the home garden, and you have around this fence, and the problem is that they're so close probably that you don't have enough space. So what I'm doing right now just for testing is trying here this square fence, and I will just add here fence, small fence, and I will have like a or 3. What was the problem? 3 here. Yeah, 0 here. Okay, so what it seems working at this time is the problem, I think, is having, as you say, inside I have something that you can walk, and then it's so close to this one that it's just breaking everything. So let's say for example I put something that you can walk on, like I don't know, any mesh. I could just use here a mesh, static meshes, like furniture, a table, just what I want to have this. But let's say that here you can walk, or I could just use a home garden, which is on the size of this one is, I think that's the problem. So this one you could walk here, okay, this one. What about the collision here? Okay, let's calculate this one, the path, because probably it's so close that it's just giving you the option to walk, but in that case it is not. So it's just, I was afraid that it's so close that you know, it's just doing like a bridge or something for that. That was so close about this, but I don't know. So let's do something smaller, like I have there, here, and then this one will be 2 and 2 or 1. Okay, this is the opposite one, so this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, things like that. But this is working. The thing is, that was the last one that I was just changing, because if I change this one, then we'll see that everything is again recalculating, and then that's broken, you know. So the last one that I was just defining, changing, is fine, but not this one, because it's another one, in case that I put something bigger. Anyway, now it's working. So probably the problem is about so close to this one. I could just make this collision box smaller, of course. In fact, I don't need to make smaller. I mean, I can just reduce the size. I don't really need to do smaller. So okay, in that case, now it's also working. I think it's kind of recalculating is fine, but if you are by default, is not working. So this one seems working. Okay, I will just close everything and restart. I think. Let me just to see if after opening this one is also working or not. Probably not, because only when you are calculating is working fine, but not after that. So let's close everything here, inventory here. Okay, so this one seems working. Okay, let's restart. Probably the problem is about, you know, some proxies, collision between them and things like that. But anyway, if I'm, for example, using the table, it's working fine. I'm not breaking everything, but probably it's too close to this bench, so it's something strange. But anyway, the priority is about not paying. So I don't know why it's just not doing as expected, but it's just click on and off again and then it's working, which is not about my proxies or any other thing, you know. Should be working or not working depending on another proxies, but just working when you click on and off again means I don't know, have no sense. But let's see what's happening now about this. Go. Wow, 1 megabyte, not bad. I could also define for every single instance, for example this one, like probably which collision do you have, but this is the same for, I think, for all the instances, exactly the same. Like you have one only mesh and one only proxy values, and you have only one single value about navigation, fake navigation or not, because you are defining all of this for the instance and not per every instance inside of this hierarchical messes. So I don't think that I can fix one of them, yes or no, or taking like different proxies value for every instance inside. So I cannot force there to use anything special. So it's only one value for all of them all together, but probably because it's being done during the construction script, it's just something not working probably. Okay, so we have here, let's wait a bit that this one is finishing to load things still. Okay, so we have this one right now working. We'll see this. Okay, so this one is working, this another one is working, this one is working because I'm using this block, navigation block here, so it's just breaking everything that should be working or not about this, so that's fine. So the problem seems to be about the size, that maybe it's too close, so we'll just change this one for something smaller and we'll see what is happening here. Well, as you can see already, it's just being this one is here about these boxes and everything. If I use something bigger, nothing changes, well, because the priority is having blocking or not. And then I will change this one also to see less something really small, and just in case recalculate this one. Okay, some of them is working. Some part is working, some part is not. So okay, so what I will do, I think, is I have this is bigger one, and then because I have some of them that you really can walk there, but there are some of them that maybe I don't want that they are working on, so I could just add a parameter here, say this one is not being affected by not available for, so this one, this is the box, this is the default, it's render, this is the box for interactive non-blocker, which is fine. Can even affect navigation is not, can you see? This is not, this is already not here, so this one should have not, but it is. I did already like not affecting navigation, or should I do the opposite one? Probably, maybe that's my fault. That should be nothing's changing. Or maybe defining also this kind of walk over that, but in that case, because I need to walk on it, the player, I mean, not the entities, could be fine, but the thing is, this one is already fine. I think this one is also fine, but there is something strange here, like, I see some triangles here, strange about, I don't know where this one is going, so there's something broken about this, but this one is already working, so this is fine, this is also fine, more or less, not completely, but this one, but this is something like a triangle here for no reason, so it's not about my, but anyway, you can see, for example, here they are just missing some of them with some triangles, which is strange. Probably, do I need to change maybe some parameters about the size of things here, or just the island as, I don't know, cell size, cell height, probably something, I have no idea. This is not about this. This is fine, but I will do just for testing something faster, easier to calculate, much faster for testing. In that case, I'm using so small cell size, I'm just losing going inside houses, but it's fine just for testing. So this one is working, but not this one, and then this line is working, but not completely. So there's something like that, but just the only thing that I need to do is go in here, click here, and say affect navigation yes and no, and that's all. And then it's recalculating, and then this is working fine, you know, this is working fine, but this is also working fine, but this one is not. So it's only one of them working, another one is not working. And see, it was working, not anymore. So there's only one of them working, but another one is not. The one that I'm doing finally is working, the other one is not. If I do exactly the same here, like this reference, the what's the option here, then it's working, but then I have exactly the same problem, you know. If I do this one is working, but then I'm breaking another one. So you go here, do this one, which is already inherited, so it should be exactly the same value here that I have in the parent, which is already here for this one. After navigation yes and no, maybe adding in gameplay, or what I could do, force him to use this one with recreate. An idea, maybe this one set affect navigation. Could I have this one collision? Probably about collision something. Where's the generate? I'm not sure if I can manage this one here right now. Navigation, could I have this navigation something? Nothing. Maybe using some affect navigation. What I need here? Spawn, no, maybe here. Nothing, about this is a mess, this is a hierarchical mess, and there's no option to force this one or change during creation. Get affect, no, that's not this one. Component collision, something like that. Get component. Nothing, so I cannot just fix this one or try to do during creation. So this one is not working. If I fix this one is working, but not another one, and so on. So yeah, this is the only thing that I have right now. This is a small problem, but I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, so I will really not spend too much time on it. We'll see the next one, and if not, I'm just using just boxes here for avoiding just walking around, and that's all. There's not a big problem, but yeah, I just found this problem with that, and for some reason it's not being working. Is it working like that? And then probably the thing is no, this is working. Yeah, they probably wait, it's working. I was thinking about the height of this one. This is higher than the one calculating things, but it's not. It's just all the time the same. So in case that I do that one, for example, this is at 4. Okay. well, just moving and then it is working, but as I said, that's not the way to have. Okay, so this one is fine. There is something that is broken, not at the moment. Since everything working, let's see again. This one is at 0. 1 should be okay. So I would like just to try restart just in case that this is working, or I could just pull paths to see what is happening. Let me I didn't check this one. That's true. It could be just a bug painting and not really being stored all the information there. So I could do right now. I could do something like that. Just testing for. Let's test it. Adding some NPC and try to walk just ahead from this one to see what's happening. I will add some of those fence in front of some of the NPCs and we'll see what's happening. If they can find a way or they try to go just ahead and then it's just fighting with this one. So let's do this small test. So at the moment, since everything working, this guy, for example, the plan for this one is just going ahead to this bench just in front. So I will just put something in the middle to, you know, disturb this guy to see what's happening. So at the moment, this one is working. So let's do things like that. So this bench is exactly in the middle, and what is happening if I using here, for example, or things like that. Now since working, we'll see what's happening. No, what's happening now? Inventory item slot. Sorry. What's the problem here? Compile. This is not having anything. Why not? Okay, and then this one is fine. Those stupid things like that you don't have any bug, but it's just blocking you to do anything. Okay, is it fine now? Go. What is happening with this guy? So he found the way because he just, of course, is messing. So this one is working, as I say, but let's do something here and then okay. What I did with this in the past, well, oh wait, I will also just to fix this one as something is broken. You can see this, I have lost this one that I have this recast nav mess. Okay, with this, move to common here, no, move to navigation. With navigation here, go. Recast nav mess. I would like to use something smaller. well, everything had been broken. You can see all my parameters that I was just using, for example, here, like this 500 here, and I was using also about the max slope and things like that, and then this 5. I don't remember everything, being honest, and things like that. Everything is broken for some reason, because I was just losing this one and then recreating again, so that's why I have lost all my parameters here. It's not being safe. Height, not safe, weight. I think I was using here one. Okay, so kind of, I don't remember. I will just check later about all those parameters, what the problem is with them. But this one seems working, another one also seems working, so I will just I have, for example, this one is broken because it should be here with all of them blocking this one, but this is not. And also, for example, here should be blocking, but this is not. So this one is this that I'm just fixing, just changing this one with navigation, which is fine. Say compile, and then this one is working and should be the another one being broken. So if it is fine, this one is broken as expected, and then if we go walking here, he will be finding a problem. So yeah, so it shows that this is not about just painting, but was good idea to try this, just to be sure that it's not, we're just fighting against something that is not really there. So yeah, this is not working for some reason. And also I have strange things like all those triangles that I don't know what is this. I mean, it should be things like that, and not strange things like that for some reason. I don't know about this. Yeah, the thing is, when I change one of them, this one is the child object of the child class from this one. Okay, so this is child class from this one. Okay, and pick something specific. So I have this class, which is just list line of instance. Okay, and then this one is subclass that is doing one line but both sides, and then also this one. So it's almost the same code. So in case that I'm fixing this parent is working, but if I just do that like check and check from the child, then the child is working but not the parent, so it's no reason to be even exactly the same code. So I really don't know what I need to change or what needs to be there, but it's fine. If this one is working fine, it's enough for me, because it's the most important. And all those square I can just use the box inside, but in that case what I cannot do that is this one, not for the player walking around, because this one I need the player walking here, and that's the one for planting and everything. And for example, in that case it's just not being closed, so this one is needed to be walking here, but then the problem is fighting with this one. In that case I can put there, because the navigation is only for NPCs, so it is fine if they are not walking on this way, and then just avoiding this one, it's fine. So I can use boxes for NPCs, and I can keep being available to walk on for the one that they are open, you know. So this is not a big problem. I don't know how to solve this, but well, I would like to have just only blocking them, and I don't need to even redefine both of them every single time. And also, as I say, yeah, so just boxing, and I have, I don't know, maybe 5 or 3, I don't know, I mean, there are not hundreds of them. So this is one that I already did, and then for it works. This is fine because you know this is the parent blueprint. This is also parent blueprint, and this is a child blueprint. All those things. So I have right now I have 2 of them. So it's not taking 1 hour to fix this, you know. But the thing is it not working properly, and I think it should be. That's the only thing, you know. But it's fine. So that's the only thing that I was just trying to do. And recast navigation mess should be. I don't know why I cannot move to navigation, something like that. I have no idea. Okay, so what's about this also? What's the problem here? Max slope, maybe this one. Yeah, now it's fine. So this is not a big problem for me at the moment, and just adding a couple of boxes. I don't need to take care about this, but seems to me that this is just a bug because it's only happening with instance things, and the rest is working perfectly fine. As I said, like removing, for example, the roofs and things like that. So everything works fine, and also works fine with NPCs working. So it's fine, but only for that reason. This one is not working well, and also I don't know, those strange triangles. So you move this one, it's fine, but there's no option for me to be moving all the time things, you know. And also I don't know about this. So yeah, in case of this is fine, and in that case this is fine. Even doing really small, this is fine, you know, and things like that. Let's try this. In the main class spawn instance, so I have add an instance, and then what's this? Well, this is not exactly spawning because it's just a hierarchical instance, so there is no option for spawning every single of them. And this is also the construction script, so it should be spawning always, ignore collision, and there is no option here. Here, always spawn, ignore collision. So yeah, should be fine. I don't know. And as I say, if I'm just moving, it works. Just I need to, let's say, recreate something like that, and then it works. For some reason, if I'm not doing that, I'm just restarting the editor, it's not working. So there is something like recalculating after you are spawning or something like that. What I could do that is maybe recreate when I start the game, and then just using debug to see if the game is being painted there for that. So maybe when you are creating all the assets, all the messes, then recalculate the navigation mess, which takes a couple of seconds, and then to see if after that this is working. Yeah. So that's the thing, that since working, we have all the things like messes and collisions and things like that, but initially you start the editor and it's not working. And it's really not working if you try to see, for example, this NPC, and now it should be working because it's been recalculated. Yeah, now it's working, and it's not stuck there just with the mess. So that's the reason that just to move this, and then it's working. But I think that's the same here with this one. For example, if I just move this, should be, yeah, something like that, and that's all, and then it works, you know, with the same side, same place, same collision, everything is exactly the same configuration. It works, but it's not working if you are doing initially. So yeah, I don't think that I will spend a lot of time on it. Just as it is right now, it is fine, and maybe in the future we'll see what the problem is, or as I say, maybe the new version is fine. Yeah, that's the thing. I need to move the things, and then I'm losing my static illumination, things like that, which is fine. But every time that I reopen the editor, I lose again. So I didn't have. I have in my settings like no recalculating every time that I open the editor, so it's not recreating and then losing again because if nothing is moving, there's not the way. So, but I can try things like that, like recalculate when opening the editor and then recalculate again when I start the game, things like that, and then try to see in debug if painting just the enough mess, if it's calculating well, or it's just, as I say, it's a problem with the editor and then spawning, creating at the same time, like the editor is loading, things like that. So I don't really need to find exactly the problem. As I say, I will put maybe 2 boxes and that's all. Or maybe that's the problem for this, because I have seen something for that in the bug fixing for 18. So probably maybe there's something there that's still missing. I don't know. Anyway, it's just time for me. I need to leave. It's time for lunch here. And thank you everyone for coming. Sangin, Dev, and Sulbor, thank you for trying to help. Probably you gave me some options. I will try a few things and maybe I will find where the problem is. If not, as I say, it's fine. It's just keep there in case that. And if you have the same problem, you say, I have the same problem, don't spend more time. But it's fine. So, thank you for coming. I hope to see you tomorrow. And again, days you are streaming, I will see you later also today. Thank you for coming. Bye guys. Bye bye.